We're going to work both problems 37 and 39, but before I do those, I want to take a look at just this basic square root. I got y equals the square root of x. In 37, here's the basic one, but we're adding 2 to the outside of the radical. And then in 39, we're going to subtract 2 inside the radical. Now what those are going to do is just going to take this basic one here and shift it around. Let's see how it works. So let's start with the basic one. Let's create a table, x and y. Now, we need only positive values. Do you agree? Because I want just positive numbers inside here. Square roots are negative. We're not going to take those. So just positive numbers. So what if you put in a 0? Square root of 0 is 0. Put in a 1. Square root of 1 is 1. Now, I'm not going to put in 2 or 3 because I don't know those square roots nicely. So I'll put in a 4. Square root of 4 is 2. Let's go all the way out to 9. That's the next square root I know. Square root of 9 is 3. So let's plot these points. So 0, 0 puts us right here at the origin. So I'll put a point at the origin. And then what's the next one? 1 and 1. So to the right 1, up 1. So from the origin, to the right 1, up 1. To the right 1, up 1. And then what's next? To the right 4, up 2. So start at the origin, move to the right 4, up 2, and then what have we got? One more. Move to the right 9, up 3. So start at the origin, to the right 9, up 3. There we go. And there's nothing down here, right? Because these are going to be, we'd have to have some number, you take the square root and you get a negative. That's not going to happen. So let's draw a curve here. So this curve looks like this, right? And that is the basic square root curve, y equals square root of x. Now let's take a look at this one here. Here's the basic one, right? So the output is, the vertical is the square root of the input, the horizontal, plus 2. So build a table. We don't have to do much here because we can see what it's going to do from this one over here. So what if you put in 0? Well, then you get the square root of 0 plus 2, which is 0 plus 2, which is 2. You put in a 1, you get the square root of 1 plus 2, which is 1 plus 2, which is 3. Put in a 4, because I know that square root. Square root of 4 plus 2, that's 2 plus 2, which is 4. And try another one at 9. Square root of 9 plus 2. That's 3 plus 2. Okay, that's 5. Now, before we plot these points, just compare to what we had over here. So with just the basic one, and you can see the basic one in here, it says the output is the basic and 2 more. So these are verticals. So the vertical is 2 more than the old basic vertical. So look at here. The first vertical was 0, and now you're at up 2, right? So we're at 0, up 2. Matter of fact, I'll plot that point right there. And then what's the next one? Well, on the basic, it was over 1, up 1, but now where are you? Instead of just the 1, you're up at 3, right? So we added 2 more. So if you go over 1, you're up here at 3. So we're here. And then what? And then at 4, the basic one was up 2. Now you're at 4. The basic is up 4, right? 2 more than this. So let's do that. We'll go out to 4, up to 4. And then, where are we? 9, up at 5. So all the way to 9, up here at 5. Let's draw that curve. And now, do you see that this green curve, the x plus 2, this is the x plus 2, this is this one here. This is square root of x plus 2. This one here is just square root of x. That the square root of x plus 2 is just 2 shifted. We're just shifted up 2, right? We just shifted up. Well, you can't really see that too well. So we just shifted up 2. So if you know this basic one, if you know this one here, which is this, if you add some number on the outside of the square root, it's just going to shift it up by that much. What if I put a 5 out here? What do you think that would, what that would do to the basic one? If we had this, y equals square root of x plus 5, what do you think that would be? I think we're thinking the same thing, right? You would take the basic one and just shift the thing up 5 units. What if we did this? Y equals square root of x minus 7. You got it? We're going to take the basic one right here and just shift the whole thing down 7 units. So it would be like right here. Now, let's go to 39. Let's take this x minus 2. So let's write our table. Now, if I start at 0, this is not going to work, right? Because I'll get 0 minus 2 equals square root of negative 2. All right, I can't plot that one. So let's go out to 2. I've got to keep those numbers under the radical, positive or 0. So if I put in 2, I get 2 minus 2, square root of 0, which is 0. Okay? Let's plot that point. So where are we? We're to the right 2 at 0. All right, so to the right 2, starting at the origin, to the right 2, add 0 right there. Let's put it in blue, right there. Now, let's try another one. Let's put in, now I've got to keep that radical computable. So what if we put in a 4? Oh, let's do it in this. If I put in a 4, I'd get 4 minus, oh, that doesn't work, right? 4 is no good. So what if we put in 6? Okay, so I'm going to erase that. So what happens sometimes, you just have to experiment and see if you get what you need. All right, so if I put in a 6, I'll get the square root of 6 minus 2, which is square root of 4, which is 2. So what are we going to do? We're going to go to the right 6, up 2. So to the right 6, up 2, right here.